Good morning, everybody. How you doing? I just went out and did an impulse thing, and I thought I'd make a video of it so that y'all could see how easy it is to do this. Now, what I'm talking about is a flock of 10 chicks, and I got them just a little bit ago, maybe an hour ago, from Tractor Supply. So I don't know where to look on this thing to make sure that I'm looking at you. But let me show you what I got. And I'm not a professional videographer, so you have to be patient. There's the container. There's the baby chicks. I'm hoping you can see them. Okay, now let's set you down. Jackson, you baby, you are in my way. Okay. So I think we got it. Now what I'm using is a rabbit cage. Oh, let me sit down here. Ooh. Yeah. What I'm using is a rabbit cage. Jackson, stop knocking the camera. And the point of this video is to show you how easy it is to raise chickens from baby chicks. And they're getting mighty expensive because I just paid $10 a chicken. $10 a baby chick. Now, 2 years ago, when I raised my chickens, they were $3.99. So I suggest if you are wanting to get into the chicken business, to have a few in your backyard, especially if you're in an urban setting like I am. Hey, Nina. Hey, Nina. Nina's excited because we got some more babies she can tend to. But as you can see, this right here, this wire cage, it's just a wire cage from Tractor Supply, and it's a rabbit hutch. Now, down here, I have a heater for my babies, and it's called a brooder plate. And that also, I think it's called Carolina Pride. That also can be purchased at Tractor Supply. And I had these on hand. I didn't have to purchase them. All I got this morning was the baby chicks, and that was enough. It was over $100 for 10 baby chickens. So I thought I had the feeders and the waterers here at the house, but I did not. Once I got home and started looking, I'm not sure how they grew legs and walked away, but they did. I was probably cleaning and decided, because I had decided I had no more chickens, I probably tossed them out. Or I'll find them later on after the babies don't need the small waterers and feeders. That's usually how life goes. So how I have improvised instead at no cost to me was I used empty tuna fish cans. They're small enough that the babies won't drown, but yet they'll be able to access the water and the food. So what you want to do once you have your baby chicks set up in a place that you're going to keep them, you want to put shavings in there, and I recommend flakes, not shreds. The babies tend to eat the shreds, and that's not good. So use the flaked pine shavings. Now let me introduce you to these babies because they're adorable. They are chocolate Orpingtons, and they're a rare breed. The Tractor Supply just happened to have them. Look how beautiful they are. Can you see? And my baby dogs want to see too. Yeah, there's Jackson's nose. See? Yeah. Oh, the babies. Nina, the babies. Yeah. And this is how I introduce my dogs. I have 3 big dogs. Holly girl. Holly girl, where are you? Holly, come see the babies. Yeah. Yeah. See? This is how I start training the dogs. Yeah, they're going to be part of our family. Holly, see. Holly, see. Oh, the babies. The baby. Oh, you kissing. Yeah. How about you, Jax? Oh, how sweet. Nina. Oh, how sweet. Okay, now as you put your babies into their new home, come on, Nina, move. Nina, move. You want to dip their beak. I'm sorry, I'm not a professional photographer, and I can't be moving my camera around and handling chickens all at the same time. But you want to take their beak, and you want to show them where the water is. You see? Boop. Okay. You just want to boop their beak down into the water. Come on, we got another one. Here's number 2. Here's number 2. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? Now these babies, they're a few days old. You can tell they're not newborn babies, because let me show you if I can get a picture of it. See, they've already started to feather out. Jackson, good boy. See right here? They've already started to get their wing feathers. Right there. So they're a few days old. They might even be a week old. Okay. Okay, Nina, you sniffing? Good girl. Now I have them in this wire cage and not a plastic bucket, because I want the dogs. There you go, babies. Ooh, water. Okay. I want the dogs to be able to smell them, and I'm also keeping them in the house around the dogs so that the dogs don't feel like they're enemies. I want them to become part of the family. Doop. There, we dipped his beak. See, and all 3 dogs are watching. I don't know if you can see Jackson really well, but I don't know if you can see the other 2. See Jackson? Oh, nice. Nice baby chick. Oh, you kissing? Okay. Okay, let's get Booby. Boop. Okay. Look, we got another one. Look, we got another one. Oh, okay, babies. Okay, babies. Okay. And then the chicks being about a week old, that's not a bad thing. After having traveled from wherever they were purchased to Tractor Supply, that puts them in a state of shock. And with them being about a week old, they've overcome that. There you go. And generally, the ones that were going to pass because they were frail or something did that at Tractor Supply. Yeah, they've all got little tiny feathers on the edge of their wings. So, ooh, there you go. There you go. That's 5. Oh, here's another one. Oh yeah. See, See, their little feet look all nice and healthy. And there's a wing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, babies. Like I said, these are black Orpingtons. Or chocolate Orpingtons. And I've never seen them available in this area. I've seen buff Orpingtons. And I really like the Orpington breed. They're a larger breed, but they're gentle. They don't have a tendency, if you have a rooster, he's normally very docile. He's not going to be attacking your children. And these girls are going to grow up to lay a beautiful brown egg. These are all, there you go, okay. Okay. So, now that I have that done, I'm sorry you're having to look at my waist and my butt. But I don't have a photographer here to be holding the camera and moving it around. It's just me and my puppy dogs. But as you can see, none of the dogs are trying to get to the chicks. Oh yes, Holly, I love you. And Holly's my herder. She has some blue heeler in her. And as these chicks are let loose in my backyard, she will herd them up into the chicken coop. And she loves to do that. She'll just go, if they get too far down in the bottom of the yard, she'll go out and she'll round them up very gently and push them all into the inside of the chicken coop. And I just think that's hilarious because I didn't train her to do that. She just took it on her own to do that. So, right here I have water in a tuna fish can. And right over here I have their crumbles. Now another trick that I have learned over the years for baby chicks is you don't have to buy special crumbles. All I do is I bring in maybe a cup of food and I put it in my blender, if you have a blender. Or maybe you have a little small vegetable chopper like I do. Anything to just grind those little pellets up into bite-sized pieces works real well. So there you have it. There's my baby chicks and my 3 dogs. And Holly's jealous. Holly's very jealous. She's a needy puppy. She's jealous that I brought some chickens home, but she's not going to hurt the babies. And they're going to stay right here. This is considered my dining room. I moved my kitchen table out of the way. And they're going to stay right here until probably 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks, until they can get big enough to go outside on their own and stay in the chicken coop until the weather breaks. You definitely do not want to keep baby chickens outside unless they're with their mama. Sometimes that happens. It's cold weather and chicks will be born, but that's not optimal. And I had considered very seriously about getting a dozen eggs and hatching them out. But even the eggs were $10 a piece. Now, the chocolate Orpingtons, I just got lucky with that they were in the area, and so I went and bought them because they're not real easy to come by. But they are a gentle bird. They're not a giant bird. They are a dual-purpose bird. If you want to raise egg and meat chickens, they're very, very friendly. My great-grandchildren would go out with my last flock and they would just pick them up and cuddle with them. And so if you're looking for a backyard chicken where you live in an urban area, I would strongly suggest that you get some type of Orpington, either a buff Orpington or a chocolate Orpington, or they have all different colors. They have mottled Orpingtons. They have a blue color that's really pretty. So you could get one of every color if you wanted to and have a mixed flock. But as I said, this was for me this morning, just an impulse buy, an opportunity that I didn't want to miss. I called Tractor Supply to see if they had any baby chicks available, and when they said they had chocolate Orpingtons, I immediately went down and purchased 10 of them. Now, why did I purchase 10? Being that I have a small yard, these babies were advertised as all females. Okay, so I have done this before in the past, and what I found out was that when they're at the hatchery and they're sexing the chicks, it's not 100% accurate. So with these 10 baby chicks, I'm expecting to have 3 roosters. And I'm not allowed to keep roosters in my subdivision, so I'm going to have to rehome them if this happens. But you need to be prepared for that too when you're buying your new flock of birds. So if you want 7 hens, then you need to buy 10. And that's just an average. That's not an exact science, but that's what I found out to be the case in the past. Now, I may have 6 roosters in this bunch. I don't know. I may end up with only 4 females. So that's a chance you take. That's what nature provides. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've shown you my setup. It's not expensive. It was just thrown together. But the one necessary thing that you have to have for your baby chicks is a heat source to keep them warm, and then of course their food and water. Now tomorrow, when I wake up, I'm going to check each of these babies. I'm going to pick them up and I'm going to look at their little hiney and make sure that they aren't developing what's called pasty butt. And that is something that happens when you transport chickens. And when they're new to eating. So if you get a chick, excuse me, if you find your chick has pasty butt, well, you want to make sure and clean that area of their bottom off so that they can continue to use the bathroom. And that will keep your baby chicks very, very healthy. So until next time, I will be updating you. I will be showing you a more up-close view as they grow. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. And here's to all of you that are trying to raise your flock from the year 2026. Have a great day.